just started.
Oh shit, we don't got an intro.
We'll figure it out.
We don't got an intro.
It's okay. Fuck the intro. Welcome to CharroBeans podcast.
Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome to CharroBeans podcast.
I don't know what
I'm sorry about my colleague here.
On the pillow.
I apologize.
Do you though?
No, I can't take credit for that.
Nah. Welcome to CharroBeans podcast. We are back. Sorry, I'm a little under the weather. By under the weather, I mean I'm sleepy. Oh, no, I'm sleepy. We already said this, right?
Yeah.
We're kind of sleepy. We're having a good time. Having a good time here in
we
Texas.
just came from a good time. So it's like,
We're having a great time in Texas. A week, 2 weeks ago there was a snowstorm, and last week it was all nice and sunny and back to 70 degrees. And then yesterday there was a thunderstorm, and there was hail. So
we got wet.
yeah, we got wet.
Oh shit. I'm like, my bad, Sammy.
Yeah. Tato, I mean, it was all raining and everything. Like, Texas is just like, all right, well, we're gonna play shuffle on this bitch.
It's like, what should I throw on them today?
Right. I know everything. No, but for real. Welcome back to the podcast. We're having a grand old time. What episode is this?
32?
6.
Huh.
It's 36, I think.
Welcome to episode 36.
Yeah, it feels like we've done a lot of these. Oh, 36 to be exact, obviously. But no, welcome back to the show. Like I said, this is a podcast to talk about mariachi. Sometimes, I guess
Most of the time.
It's
what revolves around our lives in mariachi.
Exactly. Yeah, it's not. I don't think it's 100% mariachi, but it kind of relates to everything that we're doing in life in some way. And it's also like it's something to do on a Monday night for sure.
I'm like, I mean, say, Diane.
Without further ado, here's the weekend. No, I'm just kidding. No, today was pretty cool. What did you do today?
Today, I was doing my homework.
Nerd.
I went. What do you mean?
Only nerds do homework. School's for chumps.
You went to school.
Not anymore.
You graduated, bro. That means you were doing your homework.
Barely.
So I fucking thought.
D's good degrees. You know what I'm saying?
D's nuts.
So
yeah,
you did
pretty
your
much.
homework.
Oh, I worked out.
Oh, that's good.
Do you work out?
You see what happened was I thought about it, and then I was like, I'd rather not. So then I went to my mom's house. Shout out to my mom. She was like, "Quieres comer?" I'm like, "Please."
You're like, I'm starving.
Yeah, the brother's starving. No, it was fun. When we talked about this podcast before, it's gonna be crazy with the work that we get right now with mariachi, and we kind of brought this up right before we started, but like, it kind of feels like the work is on and off, but it's also because there's a lot of competition here in DFW. You know what I'm saying? So, like, we got one person asked about this, but they kind of said, like, so how do you feel about, like, the groups that are, like, 4 to 5 people, and then as opposed to, like, us? I mean, right now we're, like, 7 to 8, which we're actually looking for players, so if anybody wants to know.
Oh, we are?
Are we?
I don't know.
Are we having a member lottery?
I don't know. Because I thought, yo tenía entendido that we were good at 7 for now. Because of, low work.
There's no work.
But
He's like, you can come in as an intern.
He might have changed his mind. I don't know. You got to ask our boss.
You can be the...
He's Mariachi.Allende.
I don't know.
87?
I don't know. Just here, I'll give you your number. 940. Just go right into his phone number.
Not even like the work phone. It's like the iPhone.
No. Right now that we're a 7 to 8 person group, right now with work and stuff like that, it's kind of crazy because since we have been going on and off, there's also a lot of competition. So I think the question was like, how do we feel about like those groups that charge less? I mean, they're just adapting. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
what I'm saying is like, there's groups out there that charge a little bit less, so they do kind of take work, not really necessarily take the work from you, but it's more like obviously people as a customer, you're gonna pay a group that has like uh depends on your budget, right? There's a lot of things to think about. Think about your budget. Think about how many musicians you want there. What kind of like playlist you're looking for. If they can satisfy that playlist of songs that you want. But yeah, I mean, groups like that are adapting because right now, I mean, it's hard to have a group that's like 10 to 12 people, like a complete group.
Yeah, complete groups are struggling right now.
Yeah,
because I mean it's tough, like people are not gonna pay that much.
I mean, how much does a group here cost like for 10 to 12 people?
10 to 12? That's like 700, dude.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not too bad. I thought it'd be like 1,000 or something.
Nah. Well, man, I mean, if you think about it, like maybe like a long drive, that might just be it.
Maybe actually.
But I'm talking local, and I mean, I don't know. I'm not in a big group, it's just from what I hear.
Yeah.
But those groups are struggling. That's what I hear.
Well, a lot of them are not disbanding, but it's more like they'd rather go gig somewhere else because it's like, dude, pues no me sale
Yeah,
aquí.
like some have no gigs, but los integrantes sí, like they gig like on their with some other groups.
And that's the thing with mariachi, you kind of have to adapt because I mean, like us, I'm in a set group, but I'm just kind of like, well, work is work. When we've said this before, but like when it's heavy, and when it's slow, it's slow. You gotta learn to enjoy both sides of it, right? Because like I know whenever we have like 7, 8, 9 hours, something like, they're like, ah, shit, this isn't. I want to go home, But no, but yeah, it's a good topic just because I'm like, well, yeah, I mean, a lot of those people are just adapting to what the market is looking like right now. Obviously.
I mean, it's everyone, and it's a lot of people that live out of it too, like. Cause I'm a lot of the people that are making their own groups too, there's a lot of new groups that are small.
Yeah.
And it's like they're people that get on maromeros antes,
Yeah.
You have like Charro, like
it's all like the singles like banding together to take down the full groups.
Pretty much, that's what they're doing. It's like, hey, you're not giving me work, maybe I should start my own group.
You're not gonna give me work, I'll make my own work.
Yeah, which is like it's like you say, like they're like evolving, they're adapting, like a big group isn't working, so you make a small group.
Nature is healing.
Stupid.
Like with COVID, as you can see, mariachis are disbanding. Nature is healing. I like that.
That's just how it is. I mean,
yeah. No, but I mean, I feel for me, I feel comfortable. Like work is work. Like this weekend we had what? No, we had some hours canceled this Saturday because
1 hour.
It was an hour and a half, no?
I
don't know. Point is, people are canceling. Like it's almost like a thing now. Like we have 5 hours or something, and then my boss is like, "Oh, cancelaron dos," and I'm like, "Oh, fuck."
I mean, the good thing is they cancel because like 90% of those are people that like, hey, like we all got COVID.
Yeah.
So it's like,
oh, by the way, you have to quarantine.
I mean, I hope you guys are okay, but it's a good thing you canceled before we went, and then we got infected because I haven't gotten it yet.
Okay.
And it's like, I'm just trying to keep my streak.
Like 400 days without COVID outbreak.
Yeah, pretty
much. Like the workplace. Yeah. No, but for us, like, yeah, that's just kind of been the norm lately. Like, we'll get a canceled gig here and there. And we're like, and I'm like, well, shit happens.
Yeah, I mean, we got another one.
Yeah, we ended up getting another one. Yeah.
So it's not bad, but I mean, stay safe. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean. And I said, you guys stay safe out there. Work your ass off as much as you can, but take a break from time to time.
I mean, January is the perfect spot to take a break.
Yeah.
Like
January, we're in March. She's March 1st. I'm like, how are we 2 months in already?
Oh shit!
Yeah,
you know what I meant.
It's March 1st, bro.
Whoops.
Like shit. Like 2022 just like flashed in my eyes right now. I'm like, oh fuck.
My head is still in January.
Dude, my head is still in fucking last March.
Oh yeah.
When we're coming up on a year since COVID, it really was like I'm gonna end all these guys' careers right now.
It's tough, man.
Yeah, it's tough out there. It's kind of crazy that we're coming up on 1 year. That's crazy. Like, because like a year ago, we were like, there's a virus, and we're like, oh shit, well that sucks. And they're like, it's here. And we're like, oh shit, well that's crazy. Yeah. It's like, no, it's like down the street. I'm like, oh fuck.
Yeah, you hear people close to you getting sick. You're like, what?
Yeah, it's rough, man.
And it's weird too how like we adapted to it. Cause I mean, I don't really go. I mean, I used to not go out, but now I really don't go out.
Yeah, that's
like
true.
I only go out to get like groceries or like I started working out like a few months ago, and it's like That's it. You know,
Which you had stopped, right? Because
yeah,
of COVID,
I stopped for like a full like 8 months.
Yeah, because COVID, like it's just uncomfortable, like to be
Yeah.
out there, you know. Well, I mean, we're out there gigging, but at the same time, like something like a gym, you know, like you're touching everything. You know?
And I'm just a clean freak. Like I get there and I clean it, and before I leave, I clean it.
Yeah.
And then like every time we drink water, there's like hand sanitation stations everywhere. So I'm just like,
yeah, like
the whole time I'm just doing this.
Like at a gym, like you're constantly touching like weights other people have touched, you're touching like the bench someone else touched. At least like at a gig, you know, you're just touching yourself. I mean, your instrument.
Excuse me. Ya vas a empezar, pinches amigos.
No, I mean you're touching like your own instrument, you know. So like, si estás sucio es que no estás bañado. You know what I mean?
Like,
like the only reason like you'd be dirty is because no estás bañado, you know. So it's like whatever, you know. But
you're all musty.
Yeah, well, no, we gotta work, man.
I'm like, wash your trajes, bro.
No.
Do you wash your trajes? Like like do you?
Like, are you saying like if I dry clean them?
Yeah.
Or I just put it in the wash.
I used to do that, but I'm like, chicks, and like I just take some Tide Pods and I flip it over. I mean, I turn it inside out. I'm like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I put it in the wash.
Yeah, I'm just asking because a lot of people do like, you know,
take it to dry clean.
Yeah, or hand wash it, and I'm like,
I guess I just don't care about my traje that much. So yeah, you're right. Like I turn it inside out, I throw it in there, but I throw it by itself. Like it's just the traje itself.
Yeah, obvio.
I'm like, and you know, you'd wash the whole traje just like normal. Just don't dry it. Do you put it in the dryer? Okay, yeah, it's air dry.
Yeah, I'm just asking. You know?
I get it. I put it on. I'm like, how did this shrink? I'm like, wait.
You forget to turn it inside out, so he's like, just putazos in la lavadora.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, your fucking lavadora, it's all scratched up and shit.
All right, isn't that thing, or some people that they have like a free washer, I guess.
A free washer?
Yeah, like or like a spare washer, so they decided to fuck with it, and they're just putting like random things in there.
Oh no! Oh, I saw that like a brick, and they're like just
yeah, it catches on fire.
Yeah, it destroys the whole like, fucking shit. Yeah, no. Yeah.
That's our trajes in the
fucking yeah.
Chilavara bailando, way, just like jumping around.
Yeah. Fucking twerk. Nah, man. But yeah, it's crazy times we're living in. Close to a year of COVID, and like I said, we're still trying to work. Work is work, man. You got to work at some point. Like when we went through 2 months without work, it's kind of like shit, man. And then we got like working.
We were cavemen, bro.
Yeah, like you grew a whole ass beard. I remember like I was like Dr. Strange.
My hair was like, it had like thickness, dude. It made me look like I had a big ass head.
I'm like, made you look like you had a big ass head?
Well, a bigger head.
I'm like, hey, big head. No, speaking of work, I mean, we worked this weekend. Did anything happen at the planta? No, right?
It was packed this time. Oh, it was fuller than most days.
It's all right.
I mean, compared to the last 2 weeks.
I guess so. It's just on and off. It's like everything. Everything's unpredictable right now. People are either going to show up or they're not. It was all right, though. But, like, nothing of importance happened. I mean, what happened?
Oh, we had we didn't do talon.
Oh, yeah, we had a dip. Well, first of all, yeah, like, usually, you know, after the restaurant, we do talon. But we had it was supposed to be a serenade, right? It was a serenade.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it was a serenade.
It was a serenade. It was supposed to be right after the restaurant. So our boss was like, hey, make sure you get there early to the planta so we can start on time so that we can take off and go to that serenade. And I was like, bet. And I was the first one there.
Yeah.
And I was like, where the fuck is everybody at?
I was late.
I was like, y'all ain't shit.
I mean,
I was like, y'all all pull this Sammy and pulled up like fucking 10 minutes later.
We wanted you to know how we felt.
No, it's okay. I'm like, y'all can't pull it off like me.
No, we did. We did pretty good.
Where I walk in like, hola.
You keep taking my spot.
Oh, yeah, you have a parking spot, and if you're not there, I just take it.
You're fucking what
I'm like, zoom.
Cause the van is next to it, so every time I walk in, I'm like, "Chingon, I have my spot," and then I'm about to reverse park into it, and it's like your truck.
My truck.
Like, I would push it out into a little. Like,
oh yeah, it's like on an elevated surface, so like if you were to hit my truck, it would fall down. Like. No, I mean, I take it. I'm like, me la quemo, and then I can't park in there. Chingon. No, but it was uneventful at the planta. If you guys want to have fun, come out and check us out. I guess I don't know.
Yeah,
but
as you can see, it's very fun. It's uneventful.
I mean, it's eventful because we're there.
Okay.
So we can. What I'm saying is we strip naked.
We?
Don't we?
I'm like, they don't pay me enough.
I'm like, who was I naked with?
Whoa.
This is me and Arturo, my boss. He's like, you want to raise? I'm like,
Todo Miguel.
oh shit. No, we went to Dallas for a serenade. We all took our cars. We all hauled ass over there.
Oh yeah, like our clients wouldn't let us go at Burritos.
Oh yeah,
Because we'll never do that really.
Yeah, because before we left, we were, we kind of announce always that, like, like if you guys want songs, it's 20 per song. And usually people right then and there are like, all right, I want this on this on this on this on this on whatever. But today they were like, nope. We told them like we can't. We have to leave. We have to go to the serenade, and they were like, ¿por qué o qué? And I'm like, fuck you mean?
There were like 3 clients that they were talking to Arturo. They're like, come on, just one song. And then
it's always just one song though.
Yeah.
Like no matter what it is. No, nomás esta y ya. And they make such a big deal about it.
Yeah.
It's like, shut the fuck.
And then what's funny about it is like, come on, like trying to convince Arturo. And we're in the back. She's like undoing
the whole system. Like obviously, like we're dumb, bro. Like all our cases are put up. Everything. All the wires are being rolled up. And nomás una y ya. I'm like, bro, it's not worth it. $20.
I just thought that was funny. And he's like, nomás una más. And I'm over here like going around the restaurant and I'm like, desconecto todo el sistema. Like, there's no return after this, bro.
Like they were like really like discutiendo. Like the guy was like wanted it so bad. I'm like, you could have asked for it earlier. Like, I don't know. But I guess they kind of get used to us being like, okay, well, it's just gonna be like 5 per.
We never really do that after Burritos. We do gigs before Burritos.
But after, you know what? It's not very often that we do gigs like directly after our.
Yeah. We've done it at Seafood Shack, but that's because we kind of finished early.
But it's because too at Burritos we end at 11 p.m. Like anywhere we would go, it would be a late ass gig basically. That's why it's not really a thing. But this dude wanted us there at 11:30. That's why our boss was like, get there early so we can leave. I'm like, we're not gonna be there in 30 minutes, but okay. But anyway, we went to Dallas, which was like this steakhouse.
Fuimos a Dallas y no las quisieron.
It was like in downtown Dallas or some shit like that. And I remember we went, and I fucking hate going to do you like those valet parking places? Because that's what they had. They had like valet parking.
I don't really go to fancy places.
Me neither.
Yo a la taquería.
I guess I'm just built different. Like I don't like that fancy shit because salgo con hambre y más pobre, güey.
Always reminds me of Moe's when they had that garden party in the office. And then, remember that? Whenever Dwight has a garden party, and then Jim made that whole book so he could know how to make a garden party. Well, point is, like, Moe's gets, ¿cómo se llama? HR guy.
Toby?
He's like, I gotta take your car. And as soon as he gets in the car, he's like, woof.
Oh, he like
steps on it and he parks it like in a freaking cornfield.
Like it's not properly. Like, you don't know what they're doing with that. Like.
And then like he parks them so close together like he has to get out through like the windows. And then once he gets out, he just tosses the keys like into the.
Yeah, no, I remember. Yeah. I mean, they couldn't do that there at this steakhouse, but it's more like I just don't like valet because it's like it's just trouble. Like when you show up because the fucking park like that specific steakhouse was like in the corner of like this main ass street. So like when we pulled in, there's nowhere to go. Like you pulled in and then it's like, what do we do? Like there's no, especially because this was a serenade. So we were supposed to just park and then go in and play and real quick and then leave. And then like this fucking security comes out. Hey, I can't park in. I'm like, we're here from a performance. And then how many cars were there? It was the van, my truck, your car, the Miguel's car, Saul's car, and then Don Luis. That's 6 cars that showed up out of nowhere just for a serenade. We pull in and they're like, what are y'all doing? And we're like, oh, we're here to play.
I'm like, I got papers. Todo espantado.
Yeah. They just pretty much told us like, y'all can't park there, quién sabe qué. And if you look at the parking lot, like our cars did not belong. Like we're all just like in.
Yeah, they were like luxury cars.
They were like Cadillacs, Maseratis, fucking Audis, like all in the parking lot. Like, it was a nice place.
I'm like, dude, I do not want to see those food prices. Like with those cars outside, I'm like, I don't want to see the menu. Like, pinche little steak. It's like
8-ounce steak,
$90.
Oh shit! Fucking $90 for a fucking little ass steak. Like, I mean, it's shit. It might have happened, you know.
I'll be there like, no tienen totopos, right?
Like,
no tienen tortilla.
Y'all have the kids meals here, the junior burger.
I'm like, no tienen salsa.
The junior burger is $45, bro. I'm like, y'all have chicken nuggets?
I have a water. That would be $20. Fuck.
45 with lemon.
Whoa.
Fuck.
How about with no ice? It's like
no, it already
19.
doesn't have ice. You need fucking $20 more for ice.
Te la una bolsita, like in Mexico. Like we get the little sodas in a bolsita.
Not even do they just pour it in your mouth. They're like, here, there's the water.
They're like, that would be $5.
Can I get Can I get some more? No refills. Fuck. No, it was an expensive place. You could tell. Like, people were walking out. Point is, we parked like on the side of a hotel. We kind of just threw the cars there. The manager there of the place was like, y'all can't park there because that's like a hotel. They're separate from us. And our boss is like, we're only gonna play like a couple songs and then we're gonna be out of there like real quick. And he's like, you sure? We're like, yeah, like we'll be fine. It'll be okay. So then we start walking towards over there, and he calls the client and he's like, hey, he's like, we're outside. He's like, which side do we go into or what? We're all just confused. We're all just fucking standing there. And we were about to go in, but our boss looked like concerned. So like we were all just like waiting there, like waiting to see where to go. Oh, there was that guy that came up to us, right?
Yeah.
There was this white dude that came up to us and he was like pointing his phone at me or like us. And he was like, hey, like do something. I'm going to put you on my story. Like, what do you want us to do? He's like, hey, just play something. And I'm like, I was just kind of like taken back because I was like, well, wait. No mames, we're not monkeys. Like, we won't just dance. Like, just because you say like dance, do something. Like that's what it sounded like. Hey, do something. Come on, do something. And he was all like trying to flex. He's like, I have 20,000 followers. I was like, can't wait.
Yeah, I was just more because there was a lot going on. Because there was like a guy trying to give us directions to like.
Oh, right, that's true.
So I kept looking back and I like at him like, oh shit, what's going on? And then we just kind of ignored him at the end, We're like, whoa, we can't do anything about it.
Yeah, I'm like, sorry.
And then he got all upset. Like, he was cussing us out. He was cussing you out.
Yeah.
And then I was like, bueno, And then once we were walking out of there, like, the guy was like, I think I don't know if he was like a chef or like como el manager.
Like a manager. It's probably like a manager.
Yeah, because he took the mic and he's like, ven, yo te enseño. So he took the mic into the street. And I just looked at it and I'm like, whoa, that's his problem now. And I just like went with the group.
And we just didn't know. We were kind of confused. And then like our boss is like, no mames, way. And when I was like, what? He's like, we have the fucking wrong address. And I was like, oh,
well, it's because he never got the address.
Yeah, he never got the address. The guy just said that it was in downtown Dallas and it was a steakhouse. So Arturo was like, I found it. So
yeah, because he got the one right in downtown, but it was another one like in the outskirts of downtown.
So the guy that hired us was trying to flex it. Oh yeah, it's in downtown Dallas, and apparently it was like on the outskirts. And I was like, motherfucker, that's not downtown.
You're like, I don't see no buildings.
Right. I was like, that's not what downtown means, bro. Like downtown means like fucking skyscrapers. This motherfucker was like on the side of a block, like, in a fucking strip.
You were next to a Chase, bro. Like.
Yeah, it was right next to the Chase Bank. Point is, we had the wrong address, so we're like, fuck, like, what are we gonna do now? So there was 6 of our cars.
We were struggling to get out of that first
because it was tight. Like the parking lot was super tight. Like there was nowhere to go. Like so we were already like todos amontonados,
Mm-hmm.
So like me. I was like on the outside, so what I did is I pulled out and I like got out of the way so that all of you guys could pass. So like you went, Don Luis.
I didn't go.
Huh?
I didn't know because y'all were struggling.
Yeah,
like, because you were like no, because I think the initial plan was to pull out where we came from, right?
Okay.
And then you kind of did this thing like you were gonna like kind of like go forward. You're gonna go all the way back to
I just wanted to get out of the way so that you guys could go.
Well, I don't know, but I actually saw you and the mic kind of struggling. And then when I look forward, I'm like, oh, this is like an alley,
Yeah.
Because I saw a car pass. So I'm like, I'm just gonna go straight and like Jesus take the wheel. I don't know where I'm going, so I'm just like.
Well, that's why 2 more cars followed you because they saw that you went. So are like, oh, me la chingo. So they went too. So I was like, okay, bet. Like all my homies made it. Like I was all happy, right? So then I back up. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna follow them. So then when I got out of the alley or whatever, I look around. I'm like, where are my boys? I started looking around. Like, where the fuck am I? Like my plan was to follow y'all, but what y'all did is y'all betrayed me. Like y'all fucking took off.
Oh, it's because we were in a hurry. Cause
we were in a hurry.
Like once I turned around, Arturo actually went out the way that they came from. So I saw him go take a right in front of me, and then I saw Don Luis. ¿Cómo se llama? Saúl. Saul was right behind Arturo. So that's when I'm like, woo, like I just
Y'all
followed
took
them.
like all of y'all went in like a caravan. Like all of
Yeah.
y'all were together except for me. So I was all lost. The only thing I had was the address that he posted on our like message
Yeah.
board thing. So I clicked on it, but my phone, like, since I don't have a toll tag, fuck a toll tag.
I told you to get told. To.
It said to take like this street. I guess it says like mine is set to like avoid tolls. So mine said it was like 15 minutes away, but you guys took the toll. Like if I was following y'all, I would have just taken the toll. But like I said, y'all all betrayed me and fucking took off. No fucking nobody was like, "Ew, where's Sammy?" Like y'all were like, just fucking look forward.
Well, I was trying to stick with our pause because I mean, you know,
the disrespect.
Point is, te perdiste, güey.
Me perdí, güey. They ended up getting there first, right? I'm over here like hauling ass. It took me through all like the streets. So like I was hitting every fucking red light. I thought I was good on time because I thought we'd all be like around the same time wise.
We were flooring it, bro. Like
I didn't know that. I was touching on just jamming. It was like 12. It was midnight already. I'm just like fucking jamming. So I fucking take off, you know. And then like when I'm like, I was like 5 minutes away, right? And then my boss calls me and says, "Hey, wait, ¿dónde estás, güey? ¿Dónde estás?" Like, oh, pues, I don't know, dude. Like, I really don't know where I am. I was in Dallas. And I was like, no, pues I llego in 5 minutes. That's what the GPS says. He's like, oh, okay. And he said something about Chase Bank. That's all I remember him saying. Because he was like kind of talking fast and quiet. So I was like, okay. So like, I'll be there in a bit, right? Anyway, I pull up to the place. I see the Chase. And I'm like, oh, shit. But it was it was the same steakhouse, the same name, but a different part of town. So I was like, oh, shit, okay, this is the steakhouse. Or the place or whatever. So I pull into the parking lot, and the address that he gave us took you to the back of the building of that Chase. So like I pulled in, or right before I was pulling in, I didn't see anybody, so I called Arturo. He answers, and it's you guys playing Mainitas. Like I hear him singing. I'm like, oh, okay, so these fuckers didn't wait for me. Chingon.
Oh, it's because the guy just wanted it like right now. Because we got there and
I was like the disrespect.
Yeah, like we got there and I'm like tuning up and whatever, and then we saw the same restaurant name. That's what I'm thinking.
It's
like,
called Nick and Sam's.
Like, why wouldn't you just look for the name and then you'll see the entrance? You know?
I was already in a hurry because he was like, "Hey, le buyes." So I was like, okay. So I was already like blinded by like the hurriness. Like it's a different type of lens you see the world in. Like you're just thinking of getting there. Like so when I pulled in, all I saw was the Chase because he said Chase, right? And all I could hear on my phone was like, dun 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 dun, like you guys just playing, and I was like, fuck, because he wasn't answering my questions, like he was just singing. So that told me like, oh, he's already inside. That was like his subliminal message or whatever. He was like, we're inside, we're already playing. I'm like, fuck. So I pull in. The address is to go behind the building. So me, dude, I fucking floored it across the freaking parking lot. And I end up at like the address. The address is like the back of this abandoned, like not abandoned, like all fucking dark. I was like, these motherfuckers aren't here. I'm all looking around and shit. I'm like, where the fuck is everybody at? So I turn around. Mind you, I can still hear you guys playing. It felt like a scene from like an action movie, like Taken. I can hear everything you're doing, and I'm just here like all desperate. Like, where are these guys at? I can just hear ding 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 ding, and then finally, what I didn't realize is when I pulled in, all of your guys' cars were parked in the same area, but me, so like not drunk, but like
you were just nearsighted.
I was, I was so focused on getting to the address point that I zoomed right past you guys. Like I didn't even fucking see you guys. I see the cars and I just like park. I didn't know where to park because there was no parking space, so I parked on the fire lane. Because this was supposed to be a serenade. And from what I heard on the thing, y'all were like 3 songs in. So I was like, fuck. So I just parked it. I was like, fuck it. Whatever. You know, I didn't give a fuck. So then I was like, okay. I saw the restaurant. So then I like ran up in there, like all hurried. But like it's like a fancy place, right? There was only like 2 tables like sitting there. There was no host or anything. I walked in and I was just like, whoa. I came in like all fucking hard. And then I was just like looking around. I'm like, what the fuck? And then suddenly, I call Arturo again. I'm like, hey, where you guys at? He's like, aquí estamos, güey. I couldn't hear shit. Next thing you know, I hear Hermoso Cariño. So I hear you guys playing the trumpet. And I was like, oh, shit, there they are. But I was like in the middle of the restaurant, and I didn't see you guys. I was all looking around, like, where the fuck are these guys? turns out, yeah, we're like in like a private room.
Yeah.
And there was a lady that I guess she saw me look all like lost and disoriented. She was like, "Do you need help, son?" And I was like, "Yes." They were all like, "¿Estás buscando a los otros como tú?" And I'm like, "Yes."
What you think?
Yeah, right. Did you see a couple of guys that look just like me, except also Mexican?
Okay.
So she's like, "Yeah, I'll take you to." So she took me to this like little private room, and then like she opened the door, and it's all of you guys across the room, and then like they had like a little crowd of people, and then it was like it was a guy for his girl, right, or for like a guy for a girl. That's the point of this. Like, this guy got the mariachi for.
It was like her birthday.
It was her birthday. It was her
yeah.
birthday. So you guys were across the room, and I get walked into this like room. Everybody turns around and sees me because I start playing vihuela. Because y'all were playing with no vihuela, no guitar.
Okay, so. No, it wasn't your fault. Well, I mean, it was a little bit, you know, half and half. But so we get there, and then the guy's outside, and he's like, "Hey, man, sorry, you know, I gave you the wrong address," or like, "No nos pusimos de acuerdo," basically.
Yeah, we fucked up.
And Arturo's like, "Nah, it's okay," but I'm in the back like, "No vales verga," way, and like, no,
you guys ain't shit.
Yeah, and then that's when he calls you, and you're like, "I'm 5 minutes away." ¿Quién sabe qué, right? And the guy's like, "No, pues así, no, así no pasa nada."
I guess he didn't realize.
Yeah, I mean, you know, some people just are very ignorant. Nah, some people just don't know, you know. So
just guitarrondo.
Yeah, so Arturo looked at Saul and he's like, "Hey, wait, like le echas armonía con el violín," and Saul laughed.
He's like,
meanwhile, my face is terrified because I know when Arturo is joking and he's not joking now. Like I know when he's being serious, so I'm terrified. And so I was laughing. I'm like, he's serious, bro. Like, and then he looks at me. He's like, "What?"
He literally means like you play the vihuela part on your violin. Yeah. And he's like, "Gulp." And
then Saul is just like, "Do I plug it or do I play it?" I'm like, "Bro, you know what? Like, it's already gonna be a shit show. Just do whatever you want, you know." Lo que suene más.
What did he end up doing? Plucking or was
No, he was like
dun dun
yeah,
dun.
Well, down up, you know. Yeah. I think, or up down. I don't know, but he was using his bow, and so yeah, it's like bum 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 chan chan dun dun, like so like soft and so like because he was making chords, you know.
Fuck. That's so rough.
Yeah, dude. And it could only get worse, you know, because after that we finished Las Mañanitas, and then we have that other song, Felicidades, right?
Yeah, it's like a cumbia.
Which is a cumbia, right? So I'm like, bum, 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 bum. And so it's like, da, da, na, 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 na. You know?
So fucking awkward, dude.
It's like, it just, no suena, because,
I mean. It doesn't sound like a mariachi anymore.
Yeah, so.
Fucking.
Like, Saul he was a trooper, you know? He was doing his best.
He's doing his best.
But it's like, dude, what's going on?
What's going on right now?
And then, and you came in the middle of Hermoso Cariño, So I was just dying because it was so funny. It was like dun 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 boom ting ting boom ting, you know. And then you walk in, your ass just like cuts through the whole event because everybody's like around the couple, right?
Yeah, they were kind of around. See, I didn't realize that though. They were kind of like all watching the couple. So when the lady just walked me in and like I started playing, everybody like in their party like turned around immediately because they knew that like. Something was missing from the mariachi, but they don't know mariachis. They were probably like, "There's something missing about these guys, right?"
So yeah, and then it was like a whole like, it was a couple in the middle of the room, and like all of us were around them. Like the mariachi were on one side, you know, we're like facing them, and their friends and family, whatever they were like facing them from the other side. And you come from their side, right?
Mm-hmm.
You come from behind, and you're just cutting through, like you're like con permiso, you know, like
I went between,
like your ass couldn't go around and like let them have their thing, bro.
I panicked, bro, because like they were like just walk through, and I'm like okay,
because even the guy like I think they were like dancing or like he was just like talking to her, so he's just like
I went in the middle of them. Yeah. I was like, excuse me, sorry.
That makes it so much worse.
There was like no way of hiding the fact that I ain't shit and I'm fucking late. Dude. So like I was just like, con permiso. I just joined like nothing happened. It was kind of awkward.
That was so funny. I was laughing.
I mean, everybody was laughing, and then I was just remember thinking like y'all were all laughing at me, and I was just looking at everybody like all betrayed. I was like, y'all ain't shit. Y'all couldn't wait 5 minutes.
Like I said,
hauled ass.
Like it wasn't so much as it was the guy that just wanted it now.
The guy did it to himself then.
I mean,
he seemed to enjoy it. And at the end, right, he was
yeah, he's like, lo que me encanta es este cabrón que nomás llegó bien pinche tarde, like, no es caminando.
He was like, yeah, like, you know, the best part when that guy walked in all late, and I was like, "This is your fault, bro." I was all crying.
And it turned into an hour. Like,
yeah, we ended up playing an hour. The only thing I can remember is that he asked the girl to be his girlfriend, right?
I think so.
Or something like that. Like, and I remember just thinking, like, dang, is this what it takes to ask a girl to be your girlfriend nowadays? Like, shit, that's a high expectation now.
I mean, it's just, you know, some guys are romantic, you know.
I'm like, back then, I just handed a piece of paper, say, "Do you like me? Yes, maybe."
He's like, yes, no. But another yes.
Yes or yes. Do you want to go out with me?
Yeah.
Please.
I don't know. I started songing out. Like, once I start talking, I'm just like, okay. So I just heard, like, I heard her kind of, she even thought about it. Cause
she thought about it. She's like, fuck.
Yeah, or I guess it wasn't as like climactic as you would think.
Yeah.
Cause he's like I said, I zoned out when they started talking.
It was just something like, si querías ser mi novia or some shit.
Yeah, it was like, you know, I want to ask you in front of your like friends
and
or
whatever,
your friends, something like that, right? So he's like, "Can you ser mi novia?" And she's just like,
yeah.
And she was just looking at him and just like, "Oh, see, you know," like,
and we're like,
she forgot.
Yeah, it was. But I mean, all I can remember really from that gig is that they had like this statue. Not a statue. It was like a big old thing of cotton candy, and I wanted some. You know, me dieron, güey. I was like, they're like, por llegar tarde.
Y
te quieres comer mi dulce? No. Like, I went to grab it, and she's like, get the fuck out of here.
She like runs across the room. She's like,
just to smack my head. He's like, you can get some of this when you're on time.
Bro. And I'm just in the back like,
yeah, chinganotelo. Nah, but it was a fun time, I guess. I don't know. It's whatever. And then that was our Friday. I ended up getting home like a lot later because of that. Like I said, it was the wrong location. We started later. Yes, we.
What's this we shit, bro?
I'm like, we. And then we ended up going home. That was a pretty eventful Friday night, I guess you could say. How was Saturday?
We met at Crocker Hill. Oh, we went through this. We went to that gig.
We went to Pilot Point.
Yeah, for
what was it?
For Boyo's.
Oh yeah, we went to
Boyo's daughter. Boyo's sister's daughter.
Sobrina.
Yeah.
That's what sobrina means, right?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah. She turned 2. Congratulations if you're listening.
Right.
She's all listening to the pod like.
She's like top fan.
Should I subscribe? No, we played for her birthday. She's cute. We just played. What was it? An hour? We just played for the party. It was pretty basic. They had like a jungle theme going on, so I was like,
"Was that what that was?
Raw, motherfucker, huh?
Was that what that was?
Yeah, it was like all vines and jungle and shit.
I don't remember that at all.
No pedo,
güey. No, I gave that up for that.
Oh, that's true.
Oh yeah, what are you giving up?
And what we did.
I said.
No, I forgot to actually. I forgot to think of something to give up for Lent. That's what I gave up thinking.
Whoa, you gave up? You want to talk about it?
I gave up thinking. No, so you're just not gonna drink?
Yeah, I mean it's not hard, but I just think I've been drinking a little bit too much, like this past month. You know, like because it used to be like once every other month, or like once a month.
Mm-hmm.
But then it's just like the people I was talking to that I was hanging out with, they were like drinking and shit. So I'm like, fuck it. But I'm not doing that anymore.
Oh shit!
This is my step.
I'm like, congratulations! It's your first step into AA or what is it? Alcoholics Anonymous?
Nah, tampoco. Because I also gave a water.
I'm like, I will support you to thick and thin. I mean, thick and thin.
I also gave a Whataburger.
Damn. I ate Whataburger.
You're like, okay, that's too much.
Te pasaste de verga. No, it's hard to give a Whataburger. I mean, that's what I ate after Saturday.
Yeah, that's a real challenge. Because I mean, drinking, I just gotta say no, and that's
that
cool.
Shit was delicious,
but Whataburger, bro, like every way that I go home, I pass a Whataburger.
And it's just like bente.
Yeah, like when it goes through 820, you take Main Street, and then it's right there,
Mm-hmm.
And if I take 35, I gotta take 28. Yeah, está otra vez.
Ahí está. Yeah.
So
it just keeps calling to you. Yeah.
And I mean, it's the end of the day, so you're hungry,
Yeah.
So I had to eat McDonald's.
Yeah, it doesn't hit the same. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Like McDonald's is. Well, here's the thing about McDonald's. People think McDonald's is like a struggle meal. Like McDonald's hits sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's cheap, but that's by design. Like, it's cheap. That's what it is. But I mean, it's good. Like, are you ever gonna say no to McDonald's if they got you McDonald's like for free?
Well, I mean, if it's free, I mean,
exactly.
I'm like, fui muy pobre para despreciar la comida. Right?
True. I mean, yo me la chingo. Like, I love McDonald's. I'm like, you know what? Let's go fucking get up right now.
Like sponsor us McDonald's.
Yeah. Nah. Right. 2-for-1 deals are back this Thursday. Anyway, that's a sponsor.
For
I don't know.
I'm like, what?
I don't fucking know, dude.
On my way.
I'm like, I don't know. I have a Zoom meeting with Ronald McDonald now.
Oh shit! Still, they don't have him anymore. They don't have any of the characters.
Yeah,
anymore.
dude. He dead. Damn. They murked him, bro. He knew too much. Illuminati.
Oh shit! They they retired him.
Yeah, pretty much.
He just lives like in Kansas. Like,
they're like, who's laughing now?
He has his own little farm.
Oh. Ronald McDonald had a farm?
Yeah.
Yeah, yo.
My accent makes it sound like that.
Yo.
Fucking
fuck, where were we?
Boyers party.
After that, we had this hour and a half at this fucking dry ass party, bro.
Yeah.
We're in the backyard. They wanted us to play for. It was a nice lady. She was like 81 years old.
Yeah, she was just vibing.
Yeah, she was just kind of chilling. It was like her party. But man, it was fucking dead, dude. Like fucking deceased in there. The vibe.
Yeah, like,
I'm like, nobody was doing
respeto, pinches
No, it was just the vibe was fucking killer. Like, especially because it was an hour and a half. So like, for me, it's always those last 30 minutes that like really last, especially if it was like if it's a party that lacks.
That's the thing.
Energy.
That's the thing with you, Sammy. Like, I've asked you this, but now I want to bring it in from the podcast. Mm-hmm. What do you think about when you're playing?
I don't know. I think I just think about my life, like, because I've said this before, but I don't listen to lyrics. Like, I really don't. I know the way they go. You know what I mean? Like, like the note modulations, like the way they fucking sound, right? But I don't know the words. Do you pay attention to the words?
Yeah, I have to.
Ask me what El Rey is about.
It's about some guy that thinks it's shit.
No, ask me what it's about.
Oh, what's it El Rey about?
The king? I don't know.
You're fucking trash.
He's the king?
Well, I have to because, I mean,
What's Ella about?
Huh?
What
do you mean what's Ella about? You've been playing that since high school, Sammy.
Some chick?
You ain't shit.
Was he hung up on someone?
Yeah.
Oh. What is Te Solté la Rienda about? Was he just sad or something?
Te Solté la Rienda.
I sound so ignorant. But no, it's just I don't really think about the lyrics. It's because I'm not a singer, so I just...
Well, it's not about that. It's just, listen to the...
And you know what's funny? The ones that I do know the lyrics to, like parts of the lyrics to...
Son of the Bad Bunny?
I have... Right? I'm like... Ella calladita. No, but... Right. No, it's just like I don't know what it is about lyrics. Like I know how they sound like, but I never paid attention to the story. But like once you actually start analyzing, it's really interesting. But I just at a gig I can't. I'm daydreaming.
Like I have to just because like I'm always following the singer.
I mean, yeah.
Because I mean that's proven useful. Because sometimes even like our our compañeros, sometimes they just feel like phrasing differently or they come in differently. So it's like. That's why I pay attention because I know like if I weren't paying attention I would change where I usually change and it would be wrong, and then I'm the fuck up. But like and after that while I just kind of learn to like listen to the story, for me. So that's my reasoning, I'm just trying to be like on top of it.
I guess.
And I can imagine you like kind of like dozing off just because you're following me.
Yeah, I'm following you. Yeah, for sure.
So it's like you said before, you just there like. Sol, like nothing's going through your mind. You're just like
nothing, dude.
You're just trying to nail those fucking two strums.
You're
like, boom, dun, dun.
I'm trying to make sure my finger's in the right place. And most of the time, it's not. If you took a scan of my head, like while the song was playing, like empty. Bro.
Yeah,
You would
like
see
those SpongeBob.
you would
episodes.
see a monkey with the cymbals going.
That is like
Yeah, dude.
dun, dun, gang, gang.
Like, there's nothing going through my head. I'm probably thinking about the next bill I have to pay or some stupid shit. I'm just
I
like,
wonder what other people
damn.
think.
I don't know, man. Like, I do make it sound kind of ignorant. Like, I don't care what the music. Like, obviously, like I care what it's talking about. Like, it's cool, right? But I just never took the time to be like, what is this about?
Because sometimes I'll be like, oh, because I'm listening to the lyrics and it'll be
Yeah.
like something dark as fuck, and you're like, ¿Qué
Yeah.
pasó? I'm like, you're not listening, bro. You're like,
I'm like,
what?
To
like,
what?
You're like, ¿Qué tono?
I'm like, what are we doing right now?
Yeah. Chivato.
I'm like, are you playing guitarron or am I?
And then I'm like explaining the whole story, and you're like, oh fuck, like, that's what that's about.
I'm like, shit, that's gangster, bro. Fuck
You're
yeah.
like, chi canción like sounds all happy, and you're like, y se mataron todos. You're like, oh.
I'm like, has it always said that?
Yeah.
Cause that's rough, bro. No.
Yeah. Like I'm not calling you out. I'm just
No.
I just wanna like.
No, it's
Because I know a lot of people.
I'm
think
legit.
differently.
I'm legit. Like I'm just like no. I guess I don't really think about what I do while when I'm playing. But like yeah, most of the time I'm just thinking about other shit. Like, what am I gonna eat after this? How much should I be getting paid? I was like, me van a caminar.
Oh shit.
I'm like, right. My boss listening to me like
He's like, he knows too much.
he knows too much. Like now we need a Vihuela player too.
Yeah.
Fuck. No, but no. I don't know. I guess I just don't really think about it. I don't know.
No,
It's
that's
just-
fine. Like I said,
yeah.
like I wonder what other people think. I'm gonna start asking that more.
Put it in the comments if you've gotten this far on the podcast. What do you think about when you play? That's a good question. Like, because I know I'm not
Yeah, 'cause like I
fucking
said, I'm listening to the singer, or like
Yeah.
if it's on like Valencia melody or the trumpet
Yeah.
melody, I'm listening to them.
uh-huh.
So like when I see you, I just see you like looking off into the distance, just like
Yeah.
and then you fuck up, you're like, oh what? Like,
I'm What was that? Was that me? Like,
yeah, right.
My bad.
Something just sounded funny.
Yeah.
You're like,
Mm.
you just look at me like, "Che pendejo." Like, I'm like, it was you, bitch.
I'm like, perdón. And I just go back to thinking whatever I'm thinking about.
Yeah.
Che pizza chingona or some shit. Right. Nah, but yeah, the gig was just, What was the last one?
It was a serenade. It was they were watching the Canelo fight.
Oh yeah, that one was nothing too. We got there and Canelo had already won. We're like, goddamn, motherfucker. I was like,
Be like, el carbón está prendido todavía, güey.
toda la carne bien cruda and motherfuckers already knocking out the dude. Like, dame chance, way, fuck.
Fucking cocineros just like,
Or like the people that aren't even, the people that aren't even cooking. Like they're all like, the fucking Uber Eats isn't even here, bro. And you already knocked out this motherfucker.
bro.
You spent 60 on pay-per-view and you already, you know what? All fucking mad. I mean, I'd be pissed too.
Yeah.
I pay $100 for the pay-per-view and then it's like in the first round. Like that's what McGregor fights used to be like. Motherfucker 6 seconds in and he's like knockout. I'm like, fuck, I could have seen that shit on Twitter, bro. I could have seen that on Vine.
On Snapchat, bro. When it was back when it was just 10 seconds.
Yeah, 10 seconds. Yeah,
Like-
dude. I could have seen that shit. Fuck. Nah, but it was whatever. And we ended up gigging on Sunday too. We had one gig that was a 2-hour gig, right?
Yeah, it was in Garland.
In Garland, yeah.
Fucking far.
It was a little far and it was kind of stormy outside. It was a little rainy. Well, not when we got there. It was just like relampagueando. So I was like, oh shit, there's a storm coming. Cause when we first got there, I was like, fuck, it's kind of chilly out here. Cause the weather was kind of changing a little bit. It was getting a little nippier. And then we started playing inside. It was stupid crowded. I was like, fuck, we don't all fit in here, way. So they told us to go outside. We ended up playing out there. It was pretty legit. They had a tree house, or it was like a thing around the tree. It looked pretty cool.
Yeah, they put a dog up there.
Like if I had that little thing when I was a kid, I would have been on aim shit. I would have been like,
I would have been dead, bro. Like, when I caído tantas veces, like, one of those falls would have been, like, on my neck. You know?
because as a badass kid, you're like, me voy a aventar.
I'm a swing. I'm like, yeah, I'm a Tarzan. Yeah, that's all she wrote.
Yep.
It's like,
Yeah, I'd be doing some stupid shit. And like if we had I probably would have had a trampoline. I would have been doing like fucking Jeff Hardy front flips
Yeah.
in there and shit. Fucking crack my neck open. Fuck.
That's what I had to do with, not my neighbor, but like I had some friends that had a trampoline.
Mm.
We're just doing stupid as shit. We're like, we even included the dog. You
Oh.
know? We had like they had like little bulldogs. So like,
Yeah.
we were like, hey, like brinca, and then like she would just like, go up the something and then like jump into a trampoline.
Oh.
So we were bad.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if I had one for myself. I was trying to like jump into the roof.
No,
Like,
yeah.
Nomás agarras vuelo, you're like, woo.
I feel like us as kids, like you just you feel indestructible, so you're just like, I'm gonna do whatever.
Well, I mean, you're just trying to explore, you know?
Exactly.
Like, you're like,
you're curious.
You're like, I wonder if I can do this. And then you either do or you don't.
And you don't think of the dangers.
Yeah.
You're just like, I bet I could do this. You know, like there's no fear. There's no fear of breaking your neck
And
open.
then if you're with your friends, they're like, I dare you. You're like, oh, well, nah, I ain't no bitch.
Yeah, I'll do it or whatever. That's funny.
Oh, what was that about?
The gig.
Yeah,
we were just playing outside. It was.
Dude, there was that lady. Me está quedando gorda.
What was she doing?
Oh, you weren't listening to her. You were in your own little world again.
Yeah, I was probably thinking like, what am I gonna eat after this?
It's because she kept coming to Arturo. Like sometimes they would ask a song.
Oh yeah,
it would take a while, you know.
Yeah.
Like some songs we just either haven't played them in a while, or we haven't played them yet. So like we kind of Don Miguel is el bueno, you know. He's just like makes like a little melody for it, and then he just looks at it, he's like empieza en sol,
yeah.
And then we just kind of go with it. So that takes a while for him to get it, you know.
Yeah.
So this lady would come up and she's like, oye, ya se tardaron mucho, like me deben 3 canciones cuando acaben. I'm like, pinche vieja, like.
Nah, she was está pasando because she kept doing it. She was like, yeah, you guys already took like a minute on this song. Like, y'all gonna have to play me another 4 at the end. And I'm like,
it's like, you know, okay, like she's kidding, you know, but she's kind of like nagging enough for Arturo to be like, okay, you know, like we'll do it.
Yeah,
you know?
like that was her goal, her end goal, like to be like, I nagged them so much that now they're gonna be like, yeah, we should. It's like reverse psychology. When it's like,
well, that's
jokes on you. I'm not smart.
Yeah, but when se pasó was whenever they switched us places, remember? Because we were facing the house, and then they're like, you know what, like we're gonna go into the platform where the tree house is, because he has like a whole like floor of wood.
Mm-hmm.
So when they wanted to dance, they wanted to hear like the tacones hitting, right? So they put us on the.
They kind of moved us.
Yeah. So after that, like the lady was like, "Hey, like, dude, I'm gonna count this as a break, you know? Like you guys gotta keep playing after this." Even Don Mike was like, "Mamada, like vieja no más quiere like agandallar."
It takes a lot for Don Miguel to get mad.
Yeah,
or
dude.
like frustrated. So he was already like, man, you know what? ¿Sabes qué?
Bro,
he was big man.
Yeah, and then he was just like la señora nos dice que no descansemos, pero viene hable y hable, no nos deja tocar. Like,
I know, exactly, dude.
Señora.
I mean, it's whatever. Like, I get it. Like, clients want to have fun, but it's like, dude, pues cálmate, pues también no se pasen también.
Like me estaba kind of gorda because I know like she was kidding, but she was just trying to like test the waters.
There's
a
hint of truth in there. Yeah.
And I'm like,
I know what you're doing.
Yeah.
She's like, she thinks she's being incognito about it.
Don Miguel was just like, no, man, nos va a cobrar el aire después. Like, and then she offered food. And she's like, sí, si quieren comer.
They did this.
No más que, you know, nos tocan otras 5 de pilón. And I'm like, no, I'm just not going to eat now.
I might as well do the hour shit too. Yeah. She's like, bet.
Yeah.
Yeah, dijeron.
She's like, no backsies.
Yeah, exactly. No, the gig was legit. And then it was funny too, because like, I don't know if you remember, we went back inside because it was going to start to rain. Yeah. It was kind of sprinkling, so they were like, "Oh shit, we should probably go inside." So they told us all to go inside. We went back in that living room. I had to pee from the minute we got there, dude. Like, ya me andaba miando, dude. I was like, I gotta go. But like, I hadn't said. There was a time I was about to go, and you went. I was like, fuck.
Oh yeah, they're gonna.
Yeah, you beat me. So
I just went because I could, to be honest.
Yeah.
I didn't need to go. I was just like.
No, yo todo aquí todo miándome.
My bad, bro.
I was all full bladder.
Well, it's because everybody was going. I think Don Mike went.
Yeah, everybody
like,
had gone at that point.
Don Luis went. So I'm like, me toca.
I was pacing myself, but then at the end I was like, I really gotta go. So when I was gonna go, and you were like, bet, I'm gonna go. Yeah. I was like, chill. But I ended up wanting to go after. I was like, luckily we had a guitar player there. He came out to play with us. So like, so when I'm by myself, I can't really do that as much because like obviously I need someone to play vihuela. But he was there, so I was like, "Hey, te la echas?" So I go to the bathroom. He's like, "Yeah." Oh, mind you, we're playing for this 50th anniversary. 50th anniversary of this lady and this guy. Yeah, the casados, right? 50th anniversary of the casados.
¿Qué más, güey? ¿De novios?
I don't know. House? I don't know. They had a house for. I don't fucking know. I don't know. I guess so. Anyway, so they were having that. That was the whole reason for the party. But it was that lady and that guy. And I remember I went to the bathroom. I was like, I have to go, right? So I left my abuela there. So I walked in over there. they told me, le dijeron tal baño. They're like, oh, it's the first door to your right. I'm like, all right. Me all jolly, you know, going over there. I'm like, finally, I get to pee, way. Que voy abriendo la puerta. I mean, there was no light on. There was no nothing. There was like a faint light on, but it wasn't like a full on light. It looked like, you know, those
like a nightlight.
Yeah, like you know the ones that go into a socket. They're kind of like the air freshener, and they have like a little lucita.
Nightlight.
Does it say?
Mm-hmm.
And then anyway, it looked like one of those lights, but the door was unlocked. So I was all right, cool. So I started walking in. Nah, dude. So the lady that was in there was the lady that we were playing for the 50th anniversary.
You walked in on Doña Concha, bro.
I wasn't trying to. Like, I walked in.
You fucking pervert.
No. Hold on.
Disrespect.
Hold on. I was walking in and I saw she was wearing like this huge like feather on her head. And I had recognized that from the beginning of the party. So like when I walked in and I saw the feather, I was like, oh! Close the door, dude. I don't know if she saw me, but I ran back. I went right back into line on the with you guys. I put the vihuela in. Everybody was like, ¿Ya acabaste de volada? I'm like, yep. I was all traumatized, dude. I was like, fuck, dude.
Por eso, señor, está acá haciendo corridos, güey, tú distrayéndola.
I interrupted a peaceful moment, bro.
Yeah, like, dude.
It's because that's what I've talked about this in the podcast. Like, when I go to the bathroom, I make sure that the door locks. Like, I will lock it, and then I'll shake around, like, the bolt to be like, you know, que no se vaya a abrir.
Oh.
Que no se vaya a abrir, you know what I mean? Like, because if I can open it, someone on the outside can. So, like, I'm not trying to be peeing, and then, like, my wang out, and then I'm like, oh, perdón, and, you know, I'm peeing or whatever. So, like, that's what happened there. Like, I was just walking in, minding my own business, and then she was doing her business. And I was like, all right, wait. It was just an awkward situation. So I fucking ran back, dude. I was all freaking concerned, dude.
She walks back.
It's kind of traumatizing.
She walks back. She's like, you're like, what you see, baby boy?
I was like,
she's like, te mantengo, güey. She's like, tengo casa, güey.
Ya tengo casa.
She just like winks at you. She's like,
I'm like, soy casado.
Oh, sí.
Sí,
oh, yeah. I'm like, what? I don't know. I forgot.
But yeah, it was just an awkward situation for sure. And then when we were done, I was walking out and she winked at me. I was like, oh, shit. No, I'm just kidding. I'm like, don't come for me.
I'm like, what?
Yeah, and so after we finally finished, like that those 2 hours turned into 3 hours. So we ended up being there 3 hours. But by the time we were leaving, it was pouring outside.
Yeah, it's lloviendo. That's why we went inside.
So estaba lloviendo, right? So at that point, I didn't know it was raining.
Like, pinche Arturo. Like, he also told us to go. Like, he's like,
oh,
right.
You
know, van a andar de necios. Like, one need more pilones.
Yeah, they're gonna keep asking. So he was basically saying, "Get the fuck out."
Yeah, like as soon as you're done, like get out and just get in the van. But he sent us into the van with no keys.
He always does that. He always tells us to leave, and then we don't have the keys, which is okay. But it was raining.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like,
so we were in a bad situation. Yeah. So like when I walked out and I saw water, I didn't know it was raining. Like
that's why we went inside though.
Huh?
That's why we went inside. Because it started raining.
But I didn't know if that was a while back. So I didn't know if it was like, I didn't know that it was like raining. I thought maybe está lloviznando or I don't know what the fuck. I don't know what to think, okay? So I opened the door and I saw water. So I remember just being like, oh, fuck. So what I did.
Why didn't we wait inside now that I think about it?
I don't know. We ran outside, bro. All I remember, you were behind me.
Domingo was behind you. I was in the very back. Because it was me and then Domingo and then you and Boyo, I think. And then
okay.
like Saul.
Yeah. Okay, so point is, I didn't see that it was like really rainy, right? So I was like, oh shit, you know. So what I did is I got like my jacket and I kind of wrapped the vihuela with it, and I was kind of like just to demonstrate because this is the vihuela I had, right? I kind of had it like this, right? And I had like my jacket over it like this. So I started walking through the rain, like I did this so it wouldn't get like like wet. So I was just grabbing it like this. So I started walking. Now, if you've ever been like on a sidewalk, you know how there's some that are a little bit raised sometimes, like the blocks. Sometimes with like the foundation.
Just with time, like
with time, the foundation kind of moves around, so like the cement blocks kind of raise up. See, I didn't know that there was one that was a little bit more raised than the others. So what happened was,
tenía como un taconcito, you know what I mean?
you know, the back of your botín has that little elevated spot, right?
The heel.
The heel?
Yeah.
Okay, the heel, right? So I was walking. All I remember is that I looked back at you guys, like behind me, Like for a split second, I was just like, these guys are behind me. I forgot what it was. Point is, my heel caught onto that tiny little sliver of cement that was raised, right? So like, keep in mind, we were walking to the van in a hurried pace because it's raining. It's fucking pouring water, right? So all it took was that little nook, bro. I launched in the air like Evel Knievel, bro. I was like, I went in the air. Mind you, this happened all in the span of less than a second. So I get caught on. I'm holding the vihuela. I felt like a damn like running back going into the end zone because what I did is I grabbed it like a football. I spun around like mid in the air, right? And then like I fall on the ground on my shoulder like hard as fuck. And then like I slide from all the wetness on the ground. So I'm like dude, it looked like a murder scene. Like because everybody looked at me like, "Are you okay, bro?" I'm like, "I'm fine. I'm just." I was just like, that was fucking cool though, to be honest. I was like, they can't see my tears because it's raining.
Okay, now I'm gonna tell you what really happened.
That's what happened, bro. That's what happened. I mean, I lived it. You know what I mean? What happened?
That's what it looked like to you, bro. But
what happened?
Okay, this is what happened. This is what I saw, right?
All right.
I was in the back, so I saw it all, bro.
According to Victor.
I got you in 4K, bro. Like, so I'm walking, right? And I'm like, chinga, why you at?
Está lloviendo.
Right. Right, that's what I meant. I'm like, why you at?
Today.
So I'm like, fuck, like my base is getting wet, right? So you guys are talking or whatever.
Yeah.
And then I'm just kind of like, I think I was gonna take my phone out, but then I saw in the front and I saw you turn around and then you do like this little motion of like, ooh.
I didn't make that sound though. I didn't go.
No, you didn't, but it looked like that. You know, like obviously your heel got caught, so like, you made like a little funny movement. So you're about to fall, and all I hear is. It's like your boots, like estás quemando llanta, bro. Like your body was struggling, was fighting so hard to like
not
stand,
fall.
to not fall.
Yeah.
So, like you trying to get balance, but you kept slipping. So all I see is you trying to like run like fucking Tom and Jerry when they're chasing each other. Like, so you could hear like los pasos, cause you hear like. Like your feet were slipping, you know, and then like you said, like that was true. Like you hooked the vihuela, and you kind of like twisted like your hips, so like
my instincts went.
So you could fall not on your instrument. You know? So
it was like I told you, it's like your instinct. So like I told him like a while back, I told them like, you know, if for any reason like I ever fell or like, you know, what would you guys do? And then like it was just like to see y'all's answer, right? Like what would your boys do? And I told them, like, always go for the vihuela. Like, fuck me. Like, if I get hurt, whatever. Like, but, like, the vihuela, save the vihuela. And, like, legit, I was falling and nobody tried to help. So, like, I was like, I got to do this myself, I guess. So, like, I spun around and I landed, like, you know, like a touchdown. Like, it's exactly what it felt like.
It not look like that.
Apparently, I took huge steps in order to not fall. But I'm telling you, like, that 1 second apparently looked like 20 seconds. He got to see it. Yeah, I got to feel
like,
it. So
you just like fell on your back and like, you know, like Don Miguel tried to help you up.
Pouring rain.
But me and Don Mike were like in the worst spot to help you up because we were behind you, you know.
Yeah.
So like he tried to help you. He kind of. I was like, fuck, so I caer también.
I was on the ground like this. I was just like, help.
And then like the one that got to help you was Saul. And,
yeah, he helped me up.
And we're like, hey, you okay? And I'm like, you know, like Sam, you know, like, you know, I consider you a brother, you know. So like, as soon as I was out here laughing, you know, I was like, you cute, bro.
Yeah. I remember. I specifically remember everybody like around me, right? And being like concerned, like genuinely concerned, right? Like Saul, boy, hey bro, are you okay? Okay? Because like it was a hard fall, right? But at the same time, I could hear Victor like,
I'm like, you okay, bro?
And then one night, like, he saw confirmation that I was like, yeah, like, I'm fine, bro. Like,
Yeah.
just help me up. Like, let me get the vihuela. Like, I just want to make sure it's okay.
I fucking lost it,
He
bro. Like,
fucking-
I was like hyena laughing. Like, it was so funny because the guy that was helping us out, the guitar player,
yeah.
like he was the same. He was like, "Is he okay?" Like,
Yeah, like,
trying
you
not
didn't
to
know
laugh.
you didn't know whether to be concerned or laugh, you know?
Yeah, but like I said, like, you know, Sammy's my bro. You know,
Yeah.
I know if I failed, you would have been the same.
Yeah,
you
I
know?
would have been
So
making
it's
sure he's
like,
all right.
I was like, okay, you're good. The weather's good. I'm just gonna like laugh for like a good 2 hours. You know?
He was fucking laughing at, like, I was
Wait,
just like, the disrespect.
Hasta se me olvidó que me estaba mojando, bro. Like,
Yeah, because it was pouring rain, dude. Like, I'm on the ground, you know, like, getting even more wet. I looked at my shirt, like, afterwards. All I had on the back of my white shirt was like huge grass stains, like from fucking busting my ass and sliding across the concrete. Like, it was just funny. Like, I'm okay, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm okay. You know, I'm here. We out here.
You just got up and you like, cuidado ahí que todo.
Yeah, I was like, ay, cuidado que hay. Que espantan ahí.
Que espanta.
I was just like, hey, I'll be careful. You know, it's very slippery over there. And then to top it all off, bro, like our boss was still inside, right?
Yeah.
So he didn't see this going on, right? So when we walked out, there was these 3 kids that were outside of the door.
Yeah, they were so nice. They were like, thank you for playing.
Yeah,
like, we enjoy your performance.
They were letting us out. They're like, get the fuck out of here or whatever, right? So I fell or whatever. I forgot that they were there. So we got in the van. We were just sitting in there. And then Arturo finally comes. You know, they were paying him or whatever. He walks
I have
in.
a video of that.
And then he just walks in and he's like, hey, wait, are you okay? Yeah. And I'm like, what do you mean? I'm like, you didn't see anything,
He's
right?
like, me dijeron que Mariachi se cayó.
I was like, you tell me those fucking kids ratted me out, bro. Now everybody, anytime we come back to this family, oh, are you the guy that fucking busted his ass outside the house?
Like, how's your shoulder, bro? Like,
I'm like, horrible.
They're all worried for you.
Yeah. Like, it's horrible. Thanks for asking. It was
so funny.
It was a good time. Point is, I'm okay. The concrete's okay. The vihuela's okay. I just busted my ass.
Like, my soul is broken.
But yeah, let's get into Charro checks. We're already running out of time. Let's get into motherfucking Charro chat. Hell yeah.
Fucking nerd.
Excuse me?
You're like, I have a what are we?
Pull it out, bro. Pull it out. You want me to read? I think it's my turn to read them.
Yep. Shit, man.
Pull it out. Pull it out. Pull it out.
¿Cómo se hace esta mierda? Oh, ¿qué tal?
Okay. Let's go with motherfucking at RR02 says, are the merge sweaters coming back? Well, it's kind of like
Not winter.
not winter anymore, so you should have copped when it was cold. That's the whole reason for them, right? We do want to do more merch, kind of different designs and stuff like that, which will probably be out maybe for the spring. If you guys are down to buy some more stuff, you guys let me know. I kind of want to come up with some new designs, not just the logo, some cool little t-shirts, or maybe some like summer type collection. I don't know, like tank tops. You guys tell me what you would like to see in the shop if you guys want that.
A tattoo.
A what?
Tatuaje.
No. But yeah, we'll get some more merch going. At Emiliano456 me says, do you have any other hobbies, or is Mariachi the only one? We kind of talked about this. I love baseball. Baseball's like my shit. I like watching baseball. I'm very into nerd type culture. I like Marvel. I like Star Wars all of a sudden. I like Power Rangers. I'm just really into collecting. So I collect a lot of like vintage toys. I guess that would be like my only hobbies I really like care about. What about you?
Well, I mean, I like soccer, you know.
Of course you do.
I like swimming. I work out. Anything outside, to be honest.
You're an active person. I guess you would say that. You're pretty active.
Pretty much. Yeah. Oh, I play video games. I suck at them, but
yeah, you like I'm out here.
yeah, I'm that guy that's like trying to have a good time, and then I get a message from like the hardcore guys, and they're like, you're fucking trash. Like,
like, excuse me.
I had one text me though, not text me, but message me like on the thing.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, you were useless, like all caps. I'm like, thank you, bro.
He's like muchos petos. But yeah, just little shit like that. I think we're good with that. Almost John says, do you guys take a lesser valued instrument if you know the weather's gonna be bad like last week or the hottest part of summer? You go first.
I wish I did. But
I'm like, y'all have more than one instrument? I don't know. I saw.
I'm looking at your corner and I'm like, I have two. Well, I have uno de Roberto Morales and a Ruben Morales, so I don't really have a choice.
Yeah, that's true.
So I mean, I just work with it. Like yesterday, my basic got wet, so all I did is I just untuned it, because it was super wet. So I'm just hoping it dries.
Well, I feel like if you have, like, if I had a lesser vihuela, I would still feel like,
yeah, it still sucks.
I like playing with an instrument that sounds good because then I feel good. Like if it looks and sounds good, I feel and sound good. You know what I mean? So like, if I took an instrument that's lesser, I feel like I wouldn't feel myself or play the same in a way. So like for me, it's like, well, sorry, vihuelas, if I'm gonna be out here, you gotta be out here. So it's whatever. If I'm suffering, they gotta suffer too. That's just how it is.
Well, there you go.
There you go. But I mean, everybody has. I mean,
it's just like Sammy said. Like I like playing on nice instruments. So like, I played a long time with not very
good instruments.
Yeah, like so now I'm comfortable, and it's like
the other thing is too. Like you spend so much money on it, you might as well fucking use it. You know what I mean? Like if you have the instrument, like that's why you bought it, right? To play it. So that's just kind of how it is. Yeah, just take care of it. At Soy Leo 313 says, how do you handle a group that is toxic, as in a small cliques inside of a group? I think that kind of shit is just childish. Like for me, it's just like grow up. Like we're not in high school anymore.
You're in high school,
I feel like we're adults now. You know what I mean? Like little shit like that is like, why? Why are you still doing that?
I mean, if it's toxic, bro, like there's really nothing that you can do unless all you can do is take it, And there's only so much you can take of that. Like I think the first few groups I was in and the last one I was in before this one, they were very toxic too.
Yeah.
And it's like there's a reason I'm not there anymore,
Yeah.
And there's a reason I lasted so much here.
Exactly.
So there you go. Like if you think it's somewhere it's toxic, I mean, anything toxic is not good for you. That's why it's called toxic,
Yeah.
So
it's not good for you. So I feel like if you're in a situation like that, then you got to reevaluate not just yourself, but the situation and be like, look, is this really where I want to be? Like, is it worth it to be in a place like this? And if you really think it's not, then get the fuck out.
Yeah.
I just think that's how it is. Like, cause really, like, I'm not really into that high school drama type shit anymore. I know a lot of people kind of were like when we're young, but that's cause we were in high school. Like, we're not that age anymore. Like, we're kind of old already.
Really, in high school, I was very like, okay, it's gonna be problems. I don't want to be here.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's just we're kind of too grown for that kind of shit. So just kind of like assess your situation and be like, look, if this is what I really want, okay. If I want to be in this kind of group or whatever, but like if it's not, reevaluate it and get somewhere else. That's really what it is. Shit, we're running out of time. So last one. Sticky balls season is upon us. Any tips? What do you mean sticky balls? Are you talking about the balls I think you're talking about? Because if that's the case, you got to keep them dry, buddy.
I got nothing for you, man. I don't sweat that bad.
I don't sweat that bad.
Because we've even had gigs like we're like in the straight up sun, and my back does get sweaty, and my like my neck, my forehead, my face.
Yeah.
But I never had like my genitalia or like
it really be an issue.
Yeah, or like my ¿cómo se llama? Anal cavity, like have any type of problems like that,
I guess I just don't struggle with the sweat that much. Only like on my face, like my face and forehead will get very sweaty when it's hot like that. Right? Maybe you need to put talco on your nuts. Maybe that's what people need to do. I don't know. Just keep them dry. Stay safe. Try to stay cool. I'm not excited for that time. That's
if you get that sweaty, you should worry more about drinking water, because you're gonna be hella dehydrated.
For real, right? You can be playing La Negra and then pass out, dude. Yeah. So I mean,
your lips are all like white.
Yeah. So just watch out. Sticky ball season is coming around the corner, so just stay safe because the hot is no joke here in Texas. So I think that's it for the episode. We've gone very much outside of the time limit, so we got to get the fuck out of here. So
thank you guys for watching.
Thank you guys for watching, for listening. Remember, rate, subscribe, like, follow, share, support. All that good shit. Like I said, that's the only thing that helps out this podcast. And we will see you guys next motherfucking week.
Yes, sir. Love you guys.
Bye.
Bye. Andamos. You want to go? Oh, you Fucking Butterfingers, bro. Butterfingers, Butterfeet. Oh, shit. God damn.